Leadership philosophy. While visiting England, Trump is invited to tea with the Queen. He asks her what her leadership philosophy is. She says that it is to surround herself with intelligent people. Trump asks how she knows if they're intelligent. I do so by asking them the right questions, says the Queen. Allow me to demonstrate. Trump watches as the Queen phones Boris Johnson and says, Mr. Prime Minister, please answer this question. Your mother has a child, and your father has a child, and this child is not your brother or sister. Who is it? Boris Johnson responds, it's me, ma'am. Correct. Thank you and goodbye, says the Queen. She hangs up and says, did you get that, Mr. Trump? Trump nods, yes ma'am. Thanks a lot. I'll definitely be using that. Trump, upon returning to Washington, decides he'd better put the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee to the test. Trump summons Senator to the White House and says, Senator, I wonder if you can answer a question for me. Why, of course, sir. What's on your mind? Trump poses the question, your mother has a child, and your father has a child, and this child is not your brother or your sister. Who is it? Senator confused and finally asks, can I think about it and get back to you? Trump agrees, and Senator leaves. He immediately calls a meeting of other senior senators, and they puzzle over the question for several hours, but nobody can come up with an answer. Finally, in desperation, Senator calls Colin Powell at the State Department and explains his problem. Now looky here, son, your mother has a child, and your father has a child, and this child is not your brother or your sister. Who is it? Powell answers immediately, it's me, of course. Much relieved, Centaur rushes back to the White House, finds Trump, and exclaims, I know the answer, sir. I know who it is. It's Colin Powell. And Trump replies in disgust, wrong, you dumb shit, it's Boris Johnson. Not fair. Dad comes home from work and says, okay, today my boss gave me a big box of chocolates. I think they should go to the person who always does what Mummy says and never gives her cheek. The kids replied, that's not fair, Dad, you know that's you. There once was a lady who was tired of living alone, so she put an ad in the paper which outlined her requirements. She wanted a man who, 1. would treat her nicely, 2. wouldn't run away from her, and 3. would be good in bed. Then, one day, she heard the doorbell ring. She answered it, and there on the front porch was a man in a wheelchair who didn't have any arms or legs. I'm here about the ad you put in the paper. As you can see, I have no arms, so I can't beat you, and I have no legs, so I can't run away from you. Yes, but are you good in bed? How do you think I rang the doorbell? The man replied. Success. At age 5, success is not peeing in your pants. At age 10, success is having friends. At age 16, success is having your driver's license. At age 20, success is having sex. At age 35, success is having money. At age 50, success is having money. At age 65, success is having sex. At age 70, success is having your driver's license. At age 75, success is having friends. At age 80, success is not peeing in your pants. Fishing gear. A couple went on holiday to a fishing resort. The husband liked to fish at the crack of dawn. His wife preferred to read. One morning, the husband returned after several hours of fishing and decided to take a short nap. The wife, with nothing to do, decided to take the boat out. She was not familiar with the lake, so she rowed out, anchored the boat, and started reading her book. Along comes the police chief in his boat, pulls up alongside her, and says, "Good morning, madam. What are you doing?" "Reading my book," she replies as she thinks to herself, "Is this guy blind or what?" "You're in a restricted fishing area," he informs her. "But officer, I'm not fishing. Can't you see that?" "But you have all this equipment, madam. I'll have to take you to the station and charge you." "If you do that, I will charge you with rape," snaps the irate woman. "I didn't even touch you," objected the police chief. "Yes, that's true, but you have all the equipment.